Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Copper Coins Coin Roll Hunt Reveal E. What's going on? Oh, that's what's going on. 519, a 1958D original wrapped roll. How is everybody doing today? There we go. There, we got it right now. We will let some people stroll in, and we will get it rolling. I was just scheduling Monday's reveal show, and Monday's reveal, beautiful chilly day in Florida. I'm dressed in layers, flannel on flannel. I know it's been cold. I know that it was as cold here as it was in Detroit this morning, and colder here than it was in Billings, Montana. All right, well, it looks like I'm going to have to start this with nobody watching. There's a lot of stuff going on today. I know that there is a Wounded Warriors auction that's probably got a lot of people's attention. And that's okay, because it's a good cause. Sissy, how are you? It is great to see you. Are you home or are you on the road? John Murch, turn up the volume. Well, let's see. My outgoing volume. Is that better? Hopefully I don't blow nobody's ears out now. I've got my volume turned all the way up. On the road and happy to catch you. I'm glad too, because it's been too long. Ooh, nice looking roll here. People will notice that my reveal numbers on the invoices I sent yesterday are incorrect. I didn't change them. So when you get the coins, they'll have different numbers. It's 520 through 523, not would be 516 through 519. So we're going to go ahead and get it started here. Coin number 1 for Carl. You're not missing nothing, sissy. It is cold here today. We've had, and I actually, for the first time ever, heard falling iguanas. There was stuff falling out of the trees all over, and then there was like iguanas all over. They got too cold. We got down to 37 last night. Ah, good. Good to know that. We'll be looking at the first 10. This got a counting machine gunk on it. First 10 reverses. There are a couple of double die obverses. I don't know of any double die reverses. I think there's one real minor class 6 on the dot. This got that counting wheel rubber on it. Took my dogs out this morning, and they literally hit the brakes when they hit the door. They were like, oh, we are not doing that, not going outside. Yeah, where you're at, it probably got even a little colder than that. We're still going to get to 70. I think we're going to be up in the 80s again in 2 days. Tonight's supposed to go down to like 48. And then we're going to go up to like near 80 again. And we'll be in the 80s for a while. This is kind of early for it to get. Matter of fact, this was the coldest it has been in Florida this month since Grover Cleveland got elected. Matter of fact, since before Grover Cleveland got elected to the White House. Interesting little tidbit they said on the news this morning. Oh, got a little, let's see, little doubled I. Let's see if these have it. If I missed it, come on, where'd you go? Where'd you go? There you are. I remember looking at that one, and I remember looking at this one, and I did. I don't remember looking at this one. All right, so we're going to see if this is listed or not. But it is right here. So let me get my sheet open. And see what we can come up with. Looks like 1D03. Doesn't just look, it is for sure. Let me write this down, 1D03. Our first variety of the roll. Coin number 5, Taco John. There's somebody we haven't seen in a while. Eric SFC. I wonder what happened to him. If you're still watching, send us a message. Let us know you're okay. I have seen that die before. I remember that. I've seen that die pair before. The ringworm on the cheek. After I do the reverse, I'll get back on the chat page. Want to thank all the veterans out there for their service. The country wouldn't be what it is without you. Richard Sappington, welcome. Southern Coin Hunter, welcome to the show. East LA. My son he lives out in San Diego again. He says once he's out of the service, he ain't coming back. Kind of sad, but I understand, I think. Yeah, that's what's going to happen here. Is it's been so long since we've had any significant rain, we're going to get rain and all the cars will be in the ditches that aren't being careful. But I'm all hunkered down. I don't plan on going anywhere. A little die chip on the wheat. Planning to sitting around. I've been working on editing some pages for the website. Eventually I'll get that all caught up. I am caught up, I think, to August now on that. Nice, beautiful coins in the roll. Yeah, I hear the food is really good. How long are you going to be off the road for there, sissy? Oh, my son complains about the drivers in San Diego. He says, but they're all from all over the country because they're all military. But the cost of living is crazy. He's telling me he buys a house, and it's a house like I got down here, and I think he paid $900,000 for it. 60D large date RPM 7 from Blue Ridge. Nice. That's a nice one there, and that's actually kind of a hard one, I think. I'm not sure which one that is. Let me look. Thinking I might be confusing it. No, that's not easy or hard. It's in between. It is definitely medium hard to get. 2 years. 2 years till you go home next? Oh, mid-December. All right, cool. So I take it you're not going to be able to make the coin show again this year. Well, that's terrible. Urka, welcome to the show. 1 class 4 doubled die, doubled eyelid in the roll so far. And we've seen this. This is a repeater here. And I've seen this coin in other rolls, this die pair. It's got a very distinct little die gouge on the cheek. Summer fun. All right, cool. Those are lately been the only shows I've been going to. My house has been killing me lately. It's like a money pit. But I don't think there's much left that can go wrong. I guess I shouldn't have said that. There was a solar flare this morning? God, I didn't even know. Everybody's so concerned about what's going on in the temperature here that you don't hear nothing about it. I'll have to look it up after this. We do have an auction this evening. There is a list up for those of you. I do know that he's going to be doing a mystery pull also. So if you can't be there, make sure you email him at cd@coppercoins.com that you want in, and he'll get you in. Mass ejection. All right. I know a lot of flares do happen. The power didn't go out, so it wasn't the big one, per se. Well, I guess I should say our power didn't go out. Maybe somebody else's did. Coin 16 for Stan. I don't watch a whole lot of news anymore because it's always the same old crap. West Side, welcome. Oh, all right. Well, hopefully it's not the big one, I should say then. I kind of got stuff I want to do tomorrow that takes electricity. At least it won't be a blaring hot if it does take the electricity out. So cold here. Like I said, everybody, I'm dressing in layers. I got flannel all over and socks on. And ugh. Oh, wow. All right, that might be it. That's that mark. I was wondering, I haven't got no text messages today. Got a bunch in the middle of the night last night. Coin 19, Evolution. 31 this morning. Yeah, it wasn't 31 here, it was 37 here. There is one of our doubled eyelids. It's 1D03. And it crosses. It doesn't cross. Let's see. I wonder if it does cross to anything. Let's look. Of course, Wexler's little stuff I don't think is listed yet. Nope. He don't have it listed yet. So our second example goes to Evolution. Coin 20. No RPMs yet to speak of. Well, I'm fortunate to have you guys here with me then, it sounds like. I guess if I lose everybody, it's, you know why. Coronal mass ejection. And there is a little RPM. See if we can't identify this one for the people out there. Plus it helps me when I go to send coins. All right. First RPM of the roll. And we're going to go from the back. It's real close to the 9, so it shouldn't be terribly hard to find. I mean, it is touching the 9. I wonder if it's 30. I'm going backwards, so it's going to take a few to get to 30, but I think there's one near 30 that touches. It's not 76. Not that. Oh, it's not 37. It's kind of close to 37. But in this game, close ain't cool. But it is 23. Look at the reverse. Okay, let me get this other. I'm going to have to. That's the same except for the filled. Yep, that's late die state, except it doesn't have the filled mint mark. So Brad gets 1 MM23. See if we've got a cross-reference listed for that. WRPM 9. Got my faithful assistants in here sleeping on my feet, keeping them warm. I'm surprised the one ain't snoring. She's lost weight. She don't snore no more. And nowadays it's hard to stockpile medicine. Heck, the one I've been on taking that Ozempic. That stuff's brutally expensive. And you can't get ahead on it. They keep a tight wrap on that stuff. But I do kind of like it. So far it's been, got a couple little side effects, but nothing terrible. greaser right there. Oh, it's for sure, Eric. I mean, that kind of stuff has happened throughout history. I mean, it might not happen in 10 of our lifetimes, but it could happen tomorrow. And I don't think there's any real good way to predict anything like that. Or this, well, I think if it was on that scale, it would have already been catastrophic. I think they would have known already. Of course, they probably know. It's probably one of those things. If they do find out, they're not going to say anything because they don't want everybody, mayhem happening. Yeah, I'm not biting on that one. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean that's like everybody always the schools were teaching people not write anymore because everything was electronic, and it's like, what happens if electronics go out? I mean, one big electromagnetic pulse will take electronics out. That should know. I still look at coins with my loop, but I'd be looking at them outside. At least until I starve to death. That's one thing I used to always have was like good filters for water and stuff like that. I need to get a couple of those just in case we got to drink groundwater. Too late if that was the big one though. Oh, nice little dye gouge coming out the nose. Sneezing. Got a little bogey flying. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm sure. I mean, that goes back to the people stacking silver for these disasters. It might be good in the short term, but it's going to be worthless when people are worried about water and food. Unless, of course, you have somebody that wants the silver for water and food. I mean, a lot of those preppers, you look, and they're like, I can live underground for 8 months. Well, what are you going to come out to? Or I can live underground for a year. And there's a lot to that. I mean, you've got waste to think about, feeding yourself, all sorts of stuff. Not to mention about illness and hygiene and everything else. I'm sure there's all sorts of variables. Dan, welcome back from the doctor. How's that toe doing? Silver and copper. Silver and copper. Silver is very powerful. If you ever know, I mean, you can just think about it with your swimming pool. There is algae that the bleach or the chlorine will not kill. And what do they kill it with? They either kill it with copper or they kill it with silver. Well, that I'd be good if that works, because I seem to buy more booze than I drink. I literally have a couple drinks at my house on Christmas, and I usually buy 4 or 5 bottles for everybody that's coming over. And we just did some painting, and I moved my liquor cabinet, and we ended up throwing a bunch of stuff out just because it was almost gone, and we'll never drink it. Some of the stuff was 20 years old. And of course, it was stuff like, there's another one, a 1mm23, Metaxa, I think it's called. Silver is antibiotic. It sure is. So is copper, Dan. That's like when I used to have people sleep on the queen size copper bed that I had. I'd always say, you're not going to get sick sleeping on that, baby. Muriatic acid. When I do I use muriatic acid with the chlorine, but when you do the algae kill with the muriatic acid in the, I'm trying to think of the other chemical, you put almost a whole gallon in the pool when you do it, and I usually use like a cup a week. That should be the double dye. It is. That used to be a big thing back in the day, Dan. Civil War times they used silver. Is it colloiding silver, or I'm not sure the exact first name. Colloidal silver. And another one. So 2 in a row. Or 3 dye varieties in a row. So we are cooking with gas now. I remember I went down to collect fish. I used to be a big fish geek, tropical fish. And I got a fungal infection in my lungs that was antibiotic resistant. And they couldn't find anything that killed it. And they gave me old time sulfa, just because when they did some culture, it reacted to some new sulfa that they had. But it was something that they said I'd have to be on antibiotics for 6 weeks or something like that. So the doctor just says, well, we'll try this, and if this don't work, we'll just continue it with the new one. And he gave me that sulfa, and it literally killed the infection in 2 days. And it was old time. So you know how they're becoming antibiotic resistant? Sulfa was used back in the 40s. And a lot of stuff that became resistant to it is not resistant to it anymore because they don't use it anymore. There's a 1mm23. So it's cool to know that some antibiotics can come back around. Sulfa and penicillin and tetracycline, all 3 of them have the potential to kill a lot of people. Fortunately, I'm not one of those people, because I was not looking forward to going into a hospital, into a room, and have some guy with a white suit come in and treat me. Because that's where it was heading. Coin 42, Carl. I've got next week's reveal show and the last reveal scheduled for the week. Hopefully, I am going to try and get a reveal done tomorrow. Then do one Friday. Maybe do 2 Friday. I'm not sure. So I can try and get caught up, because I do plan on doing shipping this weekend. Chuck sent me a box. So I am working on that right now. They don't even have to be melted. There's some good stuff about that, John Murch. There's a guy that I used to sell copper pennies to back when Y2K was going to happen. He was prepping, and he was buying all the copper pennies he could get, and he would stack 10 copper pennies in a shotgun shell. And it worked just like a slug. The wound pattern was the same and everything. It was amazing. There's actually a couple videos of people that have tried it with the zinc scents, and they actually work, but not quite as well. I have heard that, Frank. Coin 45, Mr. Ash. Yeah, that's what I say. But you never run out of ammunition if you got 100,000 Lincoln cents laying around. And they're the perfect size for a 12 gauge shell, I guess. The dimes are too small to go in the shell. Jim Fletcher, welcome to the show. We have found a couple double die obverses and a couple of RPMs. Tomorrow I'm going to do my best to get the 2019 roll done. That roll, I've been told, has double die obverses in it. It was supplied by a viewer. I want to thank him for that, for sharing with everybody. He says he's a big fan. Got some cold weather up there, Jim? I know that it's like real cold here. We're all hunkered down till the winter storm goes by. That just made me laugh. I told a friend of mine that this morning, that the winter storm was brutal. He thought it was great. Of course, he tells me that it was 1 degree less in Detroit or near Detroit than it was down here. And then, of course, he had to tell me that Billings, Montana was like 54. Yeah, it is windy. Oh, that's not good. Final coin of the roll. Is a normal coin. I want to thank everyone for joining. We ended up getting, let's see what we got. We ended up getting 4 copies of 1MM23, and they went to coin 22, 35, 37, and 40. And that is for Brad, Frostbite, Brad, and Sissy. And then the double die, we had 3. That was 4, 19, and 36. And those went to Alex, Evolution, and Mickey. So congratulations, everybody. I want to thank everyone for joining me. It's always a pleasure. I want to remind everybody there is an auction this evening at 7 p.m. Eastern. Hope to see y'all there. Chuck's got the list up already. I do believe he's adding stuff throughout the day to it, so keep checking. And we'll hopefully see you later. We'll talk to you later. Bye.